Oh my goodness. Okay guys, we can't do a tour yet. In there is an absolute disgrace. First we need to do a bit of This Esme DIY. Hello everybody, this is me, and today's video is an updated tack room tour because ever since Casper was very kindly given his new saddle and other bits of tack, it's sort of been a bit disorganised because there are lots of things that don't have a place. So I thought in today's video I would reorganise it, but also jazz it up a little bit in true This Is Me fashion, because if you don't know, my tack room has always been very clean, very tidy and very organised, because this is actually my first ever tack room, so I've always kept it quite tidy, because before I've always had to keep my tack in like a garage or something like that, so I've always kept it quite nice. So I thought in today's video I'm not just going to organise the tack room, I'm going to add some other bits and bobs to it to make it sort of even more jazzy in This Esme fashion. So I'm going to be doing a bit of DIY today. I'm going to be putting up some panelling in there just to make it a bit smarter, but also drilling in like bridle hooks and saddle hooks just to reorganise everything. So first I need to take all of the tack out of the tack room so I can get everything organised and also start putting up the hooks and things. Here I have all of the head collars and lead ropes, and they're all just in a tangled mess. So what I'm going to do is just put them in a box, get them out of here, and then I can start organising. So into the box you go. Time to do some unscrewing. So I'm going to be taking off all of the hooks and putting them where I want them to go. Woo, it's out. Oh. So I've actually got quite a few old pictures that are up here. I did have some of all of the horses and donkeys, however the blue tack sort of stopped being sticky and they all fell down. However, I've got some remaining Polaroids, so I'm going to put some updated ones there instead. But these are from 2016. It literally feels like 2016 was yesterday and it's actually like 3 years ago. So let's peel them off, put them in my little memory box. There we go. The blue tack as well. One down. And the other. Oh gosh, that one came out quickly. And it's off. Oh my goodness, it seems so weird because the tack room's basically naked. But anyway, now we're going to put some panelling up here to cover up the horrible sort of writing and board on here. It just doesn't look that nice, but also it means that I can screw on the bridle hooks so they don't actually go through here onto the other side into the feed room, and also cover up these like nails that are sticking out as well, or screws. So let's go cut up some ply. Going to go a little bit more. Okay, that'll do. Where's the screwdriver? Ah, here it is. So I've got some ply. We need to measure it and cut it to fit the tack room. However, we don't actually have a workbench, so I'm going to improvise and use some bale of shavings instead. But before I do that, I just thought I'd let you guys know about this month's issue of Pony magazine, because as you can see on the front cover, Casper and I are actually inside. There's a double page spread all about your riding position, which is really great. So if you'd like to check that out, I'll leave a link in the description below. So now let's make our makeshift workbench using shavings. I couldn't actually get this up while filming because I needed an extra pair of hands. However, now it's up with about 4 screws, so I'm gonna add in some extra screws. It's actually quite handy because I can screw into here, but just like above where the ply is, so it actually goes in quite neatly. So I need to get the drill, which is down here, and I got my screws, and it's time to do some drilling. So 1 piece of ply is in, we now need to do the second. However, this is going to be a bit more tricky because we're going to have to do some measuring and cutting. So I've got my measuring tape here to see where we need to cut the ply. Uh, 102. I've measured it up, got it in line. I've measured it twice, so I'm going to try and cut once. Let's go. Oh my gosh, I've done it! Okay, I'm gonna pop this down now. Ply is now up. It isn't perfect, but it's pretty good for my DIY standards. It's a little bit rustic, but we're going with it. I think it actually looks really good. It looks a lot neater and nicer than it did before. So now I need to put up the last saddle rack because the one I had before was a little bit rusty. So I actually have got a new one, which isn't rusty. And I've also got some bridle hooks to put up as well. Down here I have some bridle hooks, and at the moment I'm just sort of arranging them into colour order or where I want them to go, so I can sort of visualise where they're going to go up on the wall so they're facing in the same direction. So I'm thinking it's sort of like a rainbow order, so orange, red, pink, purple, and then at the top I've got like another sort of rainbow order of sort of bluey greens. So I think that is the plan. I'm going to put the bridles that I use most often at the bottom so they're easier to access, and the ones that I don't use as often up at the top. So let's put them on. Did it! 1 down, a few more to go. Don't know how many. Now I've put all the bridle hooks up, it's now time to sweep everything out, give it a little bit of a clean, and then put everything back in. It wouldn't be this Esme tack room without some fairy lights, so I've got a hammer and some nails here to put in so then I can wrap the fairy lights around them so they don't fall down. So let's hammer in some nails. Where am I going to put the first one? I think I'm going to go up to the top first, so. Now it's time to wrap the lights around. Okay. The lights are now up, time to turn them on. Ta-da! Now I've finished, I'm going to start putting everything back in, starting with the bridles. Okay guys, I have now finished the tack room. Everything is where it should be and up in place. If you guys would like to see a tour, because I think today's video is going to be a little bit too long for that, then comment down below and let me know. Also, in that video, I think I'll probably go through what sort of tack I have and what I use it for, if you guys would be interested. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed today's video and maybe found it quite satisfying with the cleaning bits and the organising, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!